Dear students, in this chapter, we are going to discuss about the accounting treatments related with not-for-profit organizations. There are some organizations whose main object is to render services to their members and to the community. They are mostly voluntary organizations which do not have profit motive and are called not-for-profit organizations. They are set up for providing services to its members and the public in general. Such organizations include clubs, charitable institutions, schools, religious organizations, trade unions, welfare societies, then societies for the promotion of art and culture. These organizations have service as the main objective and not the profit, as is the case of organizations in business. So through this chapter, we are going to identify the need for and the nature of accounting records relating to not-for-profit organizations. Not-for-profit organizations are those organizations which are established not for earning but for promoting art, culture, sports, education, welfare, etc. It is defined as a not-for-profit seeking entity which does not engage in trading or manufacturing activities but render services to members and for the welfare of the society. So these organizations are organized to achieve social, cultural, educational, religious, or charitable objectives. They are not engaged in any kind of trading or manufacturing activities. They are not doing any business activities, and they are mainly focused on providing services to the general public or to a specific group of members. Its examples are our school, colleges, hospitals, trade unions, clubs, charitable institutions, etc. So their main objective is providing services rather than making profit. Normally, these organizations do not undertake any business activity and are managed by trustees who are fully accountable to their members and the society for the utilization of the funds raised for meeting the objectives of the organization. Now we are going to see the characteristics or features of not-for-profit organizations. The first one is rendering services. Its aim is to provide services to the society, providing services to a specific group or the public in general. These organizations are formed for providing service to a specific group or public at large, such as education, healthcare, recreation, sports, and so on, without any consideration of caste, creed, or color. Its sole aim is to provide service either free of cost or at a nominal cost and not to earn profit. The second feature is not for profit. As the name indicates, these organizations are not formed for making any profit through their activities. They are not engaged in activities to earn profit. Their main objective is to render services to the public. Then third point is not trading or manufacturing activities. These institutions are not expected to carry on any trading or manufacturing activities for earning profit. But sometimes they perform trading activities like operating restaurants, trading sports goods, etc. In general, they are not expected to run any kind of business activities, to conduct any kind of profit activities. But in some specific situations, in some special cases, they can perform their activities like operating restaurants, trading sports goods, etc. In generally, they are not expected to conduct any business activities, but in some specific situations, in some special purposes, for some special purposes, they can go for business activities. Then next characteristics we are discussing is sources of income. What are the important sources of their income, or what are the possible sources from which these kind of not-for-profit organizations or NPOs, simply we can call it as NPOs. So there are some sources from which these NPOs can generate income, and the major sources of revenues for these organizations are subscriptions from members, donations, legacies, government grants, etc. Subscriptions is nothing but the amount collected from members through periodical intervals. The institutions may collect an amount from the members, that is called a subscription. Then donations is nothing but amount received from a person or a firm or a company by the way of gift or by way of like contributions, which is known as donations. Then government grants, sometimes the government, maybe central government or state government or any government, local authorities, any government bodies may give grants to these institutions. In that way, the funds that these organizations are received from the government is called government grant. For example, the charitable institutions may get funds from the government for their running. That kind of amounts received by these organizations, these institutions from the government or government authorities, any government bodies, is known as government grants. These are the major sources of revenue that these organizations can generate for their day-to-day working. There are a lot of other ways for these organizations to collect revenue, like several fees, entry fees, tournament fees, then sale of asset, sale of investments, sale of old goods. Like there are other several ways for collecting, for generating income for their working. Then the fifth one is result of operations. What will be the result of operations for these institutions? There will be only two results that we can expect. That is, first one is excess of income over expenditure. Then second one is excess of expenditure over income. You already studied it on the accounting of the +1 class, that excess of income over expenditure is simply known as profit in the case of business organizations. Thus, when a business organizations have a higher income than their expenditure, that portion of balance of income which is known as profit, and the same in the case of not-for-profit organizations is known as surplus. That means the excess of income over expenditure is known as profit in the case of business organizations, and in the case of not-for-profit organizations it is known as surplus. Both are same, both surplus and profit are same, but these institutions are not expected to make any profit, to generate any profit, thus we can't call it as profit. Instead of calling it as profit, we are giving another term which is known as surplus. Then excess of expenditure over income, the opposite case, that situation is known as loss. And in case of business organizations, the excess of expenditure over their income during a particular period, which is known as loss. That means their expenses are much higher than their income. And if that same situation arises in the case of not-for-profit organizations, we call it as deficit. Again, that same logic is applicable here. That is, these organizations are not expected to make any profit. So, if there is any excess of expenditure, of course, we cannot call it as loss. Instead of calling it as loss, we provide another term which is known as deficit. So there will be two results, either surplus or deficit. Then another important point is capital fund. Since it is not a profit-making entity, there is no investment. So there is no capital. Only business organizations are having investment, and that investment is known as, generally we are calling it as capital. But in the case of not-for-profit organizations, they do not have any investment. They are not engaged in any business or activities. So there will be no capital. That means there will be no investment. So accumulated surplus, various other receipts like donations, legacies, subscriptions, etc., all these items are transferred to capital fund. The funds raised by such organizations are credited to capital fund, and it will be shown in the balance sheet of these institutions. So remember, there is no capital. That means there is no investment in these organizations. So there will be no capital. But all the amounts received by these institutions are credited to the capital fund. Normally, they do not manufacture, purchase, or sell goods and may not have credit transactions. Hence, they need not maintain many books of account as the trading concerns do. The major sources of their income usually are subscriptions from their members, donations, grants, income from investments, etc. Thus, we can once more go through the features of not-for-profit organizations. First one is rendering services. Then second one is not for profit. Next one, not trading or manufacturing activities. Then there are different sources of income like subscription, donations, etc. Then their result of operation, that will be either surplus or deficit. Then about capital fund. All the amounts received by these organizations are credited to capital fund. The main objective of Keeping records in such organizations is to meet the statutory requirement and help them in exercising control over utilization of their funds. They also have to prepare the financial statements at the end of each accounting period and ascertain their income and expenditure and the financial position and submit them to the statutory authority called a registrar of societies. So dear students, hope you get the idea of not-for-profit organizations, their features, their characteristics, etc. In general, we can say that these are organizations which are not formed for making any profit. Instead, they are mainly focused on providing services to the general public. And when you see the textbooks, you can identify different kinds of accounting treatments for these institutions. In this session, we are discussed about the definition, meaning, characteristics of not-for-profit organizations. In the coming sessions, we can discuss about the accounting treatments of not-for-profit organizations, how the transactions, how the activities of these business organizations can be recorded on the accounts of these institutions. We can discuss about it in the coming sessions. Hope you got the idea about the not-for-profit organizations. In the coming sessions, we will discuss about the accounting area of not-for-profit organizations. Thank you.